Hey guys, this is so exciting. This is gonna be my first book review on YouTube ever. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're gonna roll with it, right? So, I have been meaning to do this book review for a minute, so I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. So, we're gonna review Danielle Steel, The Apartment. Now, if you've watched any of my book hauls, you know I'm obsessed with Danielle Steel. Well, I have been obsessed with Danielle Steel since I was a teenager in high school, and my mom introduced me to her first book called Going Home, which I actually have a copy of it, like an old school version copy of it that Greg got for me a couple of years ago, and I love it. But we're here to talk about The Apartment. So as you can see, I kind of got it tabbed up and I have things highlighted towards the end. I just kind of was like, I just want to be done with this book. So I'm gonna say, all in all, this book made me question why I was even trying to read Danielle Steel again. As a matter of fact, a good friend of mine was going on a trip and I told her, come over, take some books. She saw my Danielle Steel books and I'm like, I probably wouldn't take any of her books on vacation because I'm not impressed. However, I will say I am currently reading another book of hers that I'm digging. I'm halfway through it and I'm kind of like, I'm getting some feels with it, so that's good. But this book. All right. So what I've done is I have this notebook that I'm going to start keeping my notes and everything in, right? So maybe I'm silly. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I keep note cards in my book. And for this book, I have all the characters, which this is my first problem with this book. They introduced like, I don't know, 12 characters in the first like 18 pages of the book, which was insane to me. And I'm like trying to keep everybody straight and it was too much for me. But I have all of the characters, kind of like a little snippet of who they are or how their connection to the first person that was introduced, and it kind of goes through all that. So let me just tell you, The Apartment, and this is non-spoiler right now, The Apartment is really about four young women, maybe not so young, four women that have lived together for now many years, and they all kind of met through, you know, like mutual friends or at a party or whatever, and then they just managed to get the four women that end up living in the apartment. That's how they kind of got together. And in the introduction of the book, they start to kind of give you a background of the women and like their family members and stuff, and that's where it just kind of gets to be a lot. So when I was reading it, I was having all kinds of issues at the beginning. I'm like, I don't understand. This is really kind of annoying. And then you go through, and I think that they introduced too many characters that you could not find time to fall in love with one character, if that makes sense. So I think that was one of the main problems. The other thing is that the women live in like this massive apartment in Hell's Kitchen, and they got like a really good deal on it, and I'm just like, I don't know, just life just seems too perfect and perky and perfection, and that's the way that a lot of Danielle Steel books are, but I was having so many problems with this. Just way too many people introduced. I think this was a bad book for me to try to get reintroduced to Danielle Steel, and I wanted this to work out really well, but it didn't. There were some cute parts in the book, and I do have, I don't even know, what was mine? So pink is funny, and the other, you can see that there's a lot of pink in here that I have. There were a couple things that I wrote down. Oh shit. Alright, there were a couple things where I just kind of like predicted like who might end up with who or what the outcome was, and I kind of have that one here. These are some of my predictions. And what I also do is I keep my thoughts, kind of like a snippet of what every chapter was really about. So I don't know how many chapters were on here. 24 chapters, right? I got a good breakdown, and I'll go through my breakdown real quick, so it'll give you guys an idea of what's happening, but not yet. I do want to say though, there were a few quotes that I like really loved, and there's one that I truly loved, and it's, Ivan was like playing a slot machine that never paid off. What? Yes, oh my god, I have been there, I have been there, I have been there. I feel you, girl, I feel ya. Here's one that says, fuck 'em, why be miserable in your job? Amen. Life is too short. You have to be happy. So I try to I'm keeping my favorite quotes in here. And then I have the breakdown of the chapters. So I'm going to break down the chapters for you. So this will give you an idea of like what the book was about. There's going to be some spoilers in here. So if you do not want to like have a spoiler, then turn away. But if you've already read the book or you really don't care if you got spoilers, then here we go. Let's give a rundown of all the chapters. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Spoiler alert. So turn me off if you don't want to be spoiled. All right. Chapter 1. Way too many characters introduced in the beginning. Chapter 2. A building caught on fire and some people died. Chapter 3. Love is in the air. Sasha and Alex. Chapter 4. Ivan is a dick. He is/will cheat on Abby. Chapter 5. Claire's boss is an ass. And love is in the air. Chapter 6. Everyone is falling in love, now Sasha. Chapter 7. I need boots for the shit I'm standing in. You gotta love my little synopsis. Chapter 8. So much love and BS. Chapter 9. Abby finally got rid of Ivan. Chapter 10. Everyone is having sex. Chapter 11. Claire and George had a fight, but now they want babies. Chapter 12. Sasha has a second family. Chapter 13. Claire dumped and fired. Chapter 14. Claire and her mom are starting a shoe company and Sasha is engaged. Chapter 15. Abby brings home Charlie, who's a dog. Chapter 16. Murder and a dog. Chapter 17. Abby is going to make a movie. Chapter 18. George is in jail. And wedding plans. Chapter 19. Morgan's pregnant and wants an abortion. Chapter 20. Morgan will keep the baby, but is leaving Max. Sasha's stepmom is pregnant again. Chapter 21. Morgan and Max are together, and Claire will have apartment for her and her mom. Chapter 22. Claire's mom is going back to her husband. Chapter 23. Stepmom went into labor, but Sasha was able to stop it. Chapter 24. Everybody's happily ever after. That's the pretty simple breakdown of The Apartment by Danielle Steele. I would not suggest reading this book. It was not that good. It actually kind of sucked. And I was really disappointed. However, like I said, I am reading another book called Country by Danielle Steele. And so far, I like it. There's a few like little minor problems I have with the book, but I'm still digging it, you know. It's Danielle Steele. But this, I was just not, this was not a good one. So, my first book review. Whoop whoop. Tell me what y'all thought. What'd you think? How'd I do? What do I need to do better? I don't know. Okay. Let's go. We're going to end this, and I will catch you guys in the next video.